Welcome to This Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into how you can optimize your monthly budget by choosing the smartest path for your mortgage. If you've been looking to restructure your home loan lately, you've almost certainly bumped into two major options, right? Recasting and refinancing. We're going to break down exactly what each of these tools actually means, put them side by side, and help you figure out the absolute best financial move for your specific situation. So, if you've recently landed a lump sum of cash, maybe you sold a previous property, or you just scored a nice year-end bonus, or honestly, even if you're just reevaluating where you stand financially, you are probably asking yourself this exact question. Having a massive mortgage payment can seriously tie up your cash flow. Finding the smartest, most efficient way to lower it, well, that's a top priority for pretty much all of us. Here's our roadmap for today. First, we'll look at lowering those payments. Then we'll cover the basics of recasting, dive into the refinancing route, put them head-to-head, and wrap up with eligibility and your next steps. Let's get into it. Kicking things off with Section 1, lowering your mortgage payments. It's all about finding that extra breathing room.
Think of recasting kind of like remodeling a room in your house to make it more comfortable. Refinancing, on the other hand, that's like tearing down the entire house and building a brand new one with completely different rules. Both paths can absolutely get you to a better, more manageable financial situation, but the methods, the mountains of paperwork, and especially the costs involved are vastly different.
Moving right along to Section 2, the basics of recasting. Let's look under the hood and see how this actually works.
So a mortgage recast is basically a modification of your existing loan. What you do is make a large lump sum payment directly toward the principal balance. The lender then takes that new, much smaller balance and recalculates your monthly payments. Now, I want to deliberately emphasize something crucial here. This does not change your interest rate. It doesn't change your loan term or the overall structure of your loan. You're literally just shrinking the principal pie, which in turn shrinks the size of your required monthly slice.
And because you aren't actually taking out a new loan, a recast means you get to completely skip all those traditional mortgage headaches. I'm talking no credit checks, no digging up tax returns, and no extensive income verifications to stress over. You are simply keeping the exact same loan agreement, but you're having the lender update the math based on your massive new principal payment. It's really that simple.
Now, take a look at this $5,000 to $10,000 range. This represents the typical minimum lump sum payment that lenders usually require to even allow a recast in the first place. Actually, in some cases, lenders might frame this as needing at least 10% of your unpaid principal balance, whichever amount is greater. So yeah, you definitely need a sizable chunk of liquid cash ready to go to pull this off. Let's quickly round up the pros here. It's a remarkably quick process, it instantly lowers your monthly payments, and most importantly, you get to keep your current interest rate. I mean, if you locked in a ridiculously low rate a few years ago, there is no way you want to lose that, right? Plus, you completely avoid those hefty closing costs. If you've got the extra cash sitting around, this is just a brilliant way to reduce your monthly burden without going through a total loan overhaul.
All right, Section 3, the refinancing route. This is what we call the complete rebuild.
Mortgage refinancing is a whole different ballgame. This involves taking out a completely new loan to pay off your existing mortgage. Refinancing wipes the slate completely clean, meaning you are signing up for entirely new terms. This route is absolutely perfect if you're looking to secure a much lower interest rate for the long haul, or maybe you're wanting to shift from a 30-year down to a 15-year mortgage.
The pros here are really all about flexibility and leverage. You can secure better interest rates and adjust your loan term to fit your current lifestyle. But, the cash-out option is particularly powerful here. If your home is appreciated significantly, which a lot of them have lately, you can pull extra cash out from your equity for major expenses. Think big renovations, or even debt consolidation. Plus, as a nice little bonus, there might even be potential tax deductions if you use that cash specifically for home improvements.
But of course, here's the catch with a total rebuild. Refinancing comes with origination fees, appraisal fees, and some pretty heavy closing costs that usually equal anywhere from 2 to 5% of your total loan amount. Let's put that into perspective. On a $400,000 loan, you're looking at $8,000 to $20,000 in fees just to get the new loan. Plus, the whole process takes weeks, and you have to jump through all those credit and income verification hoops all over again.
Section 4, head-to-head, recast versus refinance. Let's figure out which one makes the most mathematical sense for you. Just look at the flow of money here. It really simplifies things. You use a recast when you have cash to put in, you want to keep your current rate, and you're looking for low fees. On the flip side, you refinance when you want to take cash out, or you urgently need a new rate, and you are willing to pay those high upfront costs to get it. This breakdown really lays it all out. A recasting fee might just be a tiny administration charge, sometimes as low as $250. That is going to save you thousands compared to the massive closing costs of a refinance. Recasting is super fast. Refinancing drags on for weeks. And again, with a recast, your favorable interest rate, it stays exactly the same. No surprises.
Okay, Section 5. Eligibility and next steps. Let's build your action plan.
Let's zero in on recast eligibility for a second, because unfortunately not every loan qualifies. Conventional loans, including those backed by Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, as well as adjustable rate mortgages, are usually good to go. But government-backed loans like VA, FHA, or USDA, they typically cannot be recast. Most jumbo loans and home equity lines of credit are also usually excluded. So you absolutely must speak with your specific lender to know for sure.
Now, let's talk timeline. If you're planning to use the proceeds from selling an old home to recast your new one, you've got to beware of something called the seasoning period. See, most lenders require 30 to 90 days of on-time payments after closing before they'll even allow a recast. Some strict lenders even require you to wait up to 6 months. Long story short, you generally cannot recast on day 2 of your new mortgage.
All right, here's your step-by-step action plan. First up, contact your lender directly to get their exact policy and ask about those waiting periods. Second, confirm your specific loan is actually eligible. Third, you'll submit your lump sum via a formal principal curtailment request. And step 4, guys, this one is critical. Continue making your regular monthly payments until your lender formally notifies you that the new lower schedule has officially kicked in. Don't jump the gun.
So which path unlocks your financial freedom? Are you going to go for the low-fee remodel with a recast, or do you need a complete rebuild with a refinance? Take a hard, honest look at your liquid cash today, because the choice you make right now, it could literally alter your financial trajectory for the next 30 years. Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.